Yo, hey, we back once again with another episode of Grinding in Cambodia with me and my guy John. And we have a special guest here today. It's my guy, Curtis Graves, a.k.a. the Black Buddha, baby.
What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah,
It's rolling.
strong, man.
Yeah.
Firm handshake, man.
You started it first, brother. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So we just out here was getting it in, man. Brothers chopping it up. You know, my guy right here. I know you want to introduce yourself, man. Tell the audience where you're from. What brought you to Asia, man?
I would say I'm from the South Bronx, but I can't say that. But I'm from the East Bronx. So if you know about anything about the Bronx, New York, I live in walking distance of the Mount Vernon border. So Mount Vernon border, you know, Denzel and all those guys, Heavy D, Money Making Mount Vernon, City Island. So I'm from the Bronx where hip hop started, and we was talking about it before we started it off. That I was pretty much in between 6 and 7 when hip hop started, and it started with the Funky Four, plus one more. But when the Funky Four started, Raheem from Grandmaster Flash was on the Funky Four. A lot of people don't know that, but he started off with the Funky Four, then he got promoted to the Furious Five. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I didn't know that. You know, one of the recent documentaries was dope. Y'all remember the show, The Get Down?
The Get Down.
The Get Down.
Yep.
That was fire. They shed a lot of light on the Bronx, and you know, you guys, pioneership in hip hop. You know, from the disco era all the way into the hip hop era, man. So
yeah, man.
Like, how was that, like, growing up in that type of environment?
It was crazy because I lived on the 14th floor, right? And I had the Sanyo, this little Sanyo box, and we would tape all the music. And as you know, sound travels, right?
Yeah.
So you know, we would hear them do the acapella song like Crazy Eddie. So it sounds something like this, if you don't mind, but I would still remember it. It would go something like this before they start the beat. From New York to San Francisco, they are the Brothers Disco, the group that's got most everything in stereo sound. Their audio collection is good beyond perfection. They are the nastiest crew in the whole town. So come on down and put us to the test. See whose DJs really rock the best. But I could keep going, and then and then they start. So you wanna say you rock the whole wide world? Then with the echo chambers, right? World. And then they start off with their beat, and they just introduce each other. So pretty good stuff back then.
That's crazy. That's stuck with you all these years. Yeah,
that's a blessing to be there for that.
Yeah.
What would my life be without hip hop? I don't even know, man.
Well, hip hop always tells the stories. Like Melly Mel did the message, right?
Yeah.
So you got to think about the message. If you think about the 70s in the Bronx, in Manhattan, the real estate, it was bad because my play toy was a bed spring. You jump on the bed spring, that was like, you had a great time, you know?
Wasn't there like a lot of fires at that time?
Yeah, exactly. That's the 70 fires, because if you burnt down the building, you could collect the insurance from real estate.
Yeah.
So they just burnt down all the buildings and collected the money. Yeah, but that was my time. The time of gangs, Zulu Nation, Africa Bambaataa, right? So you see rappers and they have Zulu Nation shirts.
Yeah.
Those it's like the little sweatshirts, and you know you iron the shirt and you put the letters on there.
Yeah.
And they would have Zulu Nation on the back, you know. And then as I got older, you see, I was around 16, 17, then they started going with the 5%ers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nation,
right?
Nation.
Yeah. And then I was stationed in the Philippines because I was in the military. And all of a sudden, this dude started dancing. He started cabbage patching. He had all this change in his pockets. And every time he went this way, change would jiggle.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I heard, check out the bass, check out my melody. And I was like, who is this guy, right? He was a 5%er, you know? And then you got Public Enemy and all these guys. And the Jungle Brothers, Talking Logic, and all that. And so it just evolved.
So let me ask you, so based off of, so you grew up in the era when hip hop was still conscious.
Right.
How you feel about this era of rap? I'm not going to call it hip hop, but rap or entertainment. That,
I love that question.
It's pretty far from consciousness and where it started from.
Well, you're referring to like mainstream.
Yeah, you talk about what we got right now.
So there's a lot of good stuff underground.
Absolutely,
But yeah.
That's a good question. And the reason why I say that is because who are we to say, you know, it's just like your mother saying rock around the clock tonight was better than shake that thing, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, this is their time.
Right,
You know,
right,
I don't
right,
want to
right.
be like some old dude with a cane sitting up on the table talking about, you know, your rap is no good. It's just another evolution.
Right.
You know, even if there's some things I don't like, you know. But I tell you what, I love T.I.
Yeah.
I love that. He was talking knowledge. That T.I. dude, man.
I mean, he know every word in the dictionary, so he's still
He
conscious.
speaks, yeah, he speaks big words and he
Yo,
knows-
I'm serious.
Expeditiously.
Yes.
Totally slept on.
Yeah. T.I.'s that dude for sure.
It was the other night I was listening to some T.I. and I was like, yeah, you
Hey,
know.
but look, yo, I grew up on the west side of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So bringing back some memories. You feel me?
Yeah.
My favorite song from him is Rubber Band.
Rubber band.
Yeah, he killed that.
Yeah, that King album was hard.
Yeah, he killed
King
that.
album, yeah.
Yeah, and then one of my favorite Southern groups. A lot of people might not like it, but Outkast.
Come on, man.
Okay.
When I heard Outkast, first time I heard Outkast was on TLC's album Crazy Sexy Cool,
Right.
and I was like, yo, what is this? Yo, Outkast destroyed it. I think they're one of the best groups out. You know.
Honest, yeah, they did a poll recently for the top 10
I remember
hip-hop
that.
duos.
Yeah.
And Outkast is number 1.
Yeah.
No, Mobb Deep was number 1 and Outkast is number 2.
How recent was that poll?
I don't even, no longer than 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks?
It might be like 2 weeks old. I mean, I saw it online recently.
Because I know a
so
couple of
I
years
could
they
be
said
wrong.
Outkast was number 1. It was a couple of years
Yeah,
back.
as far as
Yeah.
duels, yeah. I mean, Andre 3000, yeah, and Drake.
Ah,
yeah,
those
incredible.
guys were good.
Drake, my favorite. He's like top 5 for me as a rapper.
Now, what you think about
Artist.
the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef from back in the day? You know,
I think.
Like for me, like certain things I just try not to like pay too much attention to.
Yeah.
So it was just one of them things where, and I got a lot of other stuff going on in my life. You know what I mean? So it's just I didn't really.
cool.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
keep up like I used to.
Yeah, because it reminds me of Kumo D and LL, Ice-T and LL,
Really?
Ice Cube and NWA. Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of believe, you know, I don't think the beef is personal. I think the beef is like, yo, that's
pure
rap, you know.
Gotcha.
There was a thing in a documentary where KRS-One was like, the bridge is over, bitty baba.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah.
said, Roxanne Shante is only study, beep. And so he went and he saw her, and she wanted to beat him down. And he was like, "Hey, Roxanne, how you doing?" Like, yo, we just rapping, you know?
Roxanne,
Yeah. You know, so she was like, "This dude was so nice to me.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to beat the crap out of him." So
Right.
you always got to remember, sometimes it's not like super personal. It's like you rapping.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
I
So
feel like
that's-
that one got a little personal. I feel like Drake was going across the line. He started talking about the family and everything. And Kendrick was like, man, as long as you don't take it to the family.
Yeah,
Then
you
from
don't-
that point, that's when Kendrick started to go, he started to black out a little bit.
You don't do family. That's how you end up missing. You feel me? Like you don't do family.
Well, what about Tupac and Biggie when he crossed the line and said he slept with old boys?
You know,
Oh, yeah,
hey,
it got personal.
Yo.
What's the...
So like I'm a little bit older now. That was completely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Clubhouse.
Oh, yeah, we over at the clubhouse,
At the
baby.
Clubhouse.
We at the clubhouse, baby. This is the doggy park.
Yeah.
The top dog park out here. How would you describe this place? It's like an amusement park for like
This is
dogs
like
or what?
this is like the doggy park where dogs get to chill and do whatever they gotta do. You can have you a drink, you can have a snack, you know. You can even do your homework here. It's just a really nice chill place to be.
So what happens if somebody go to school the next day like, yo, my dog ate my homework? Here. Would it be like, oh no.
That's on them. They needed to take a picture of the homework because now we have electronics to where you can actually take the picture. Because I used to be a teacher at one time,
Yeah.
and I would be like, "Hey, now we got electronics now." So,
Hey, just real quick though, back to like Biggie versus Tupac and Tupac saying that stuff. Like, I was young when that happened or whatever, you know, and I'm a huge Tupac fan. But like me being a little bit older now, like that was like a really immature thing to do. And then they were actually like friends and stayed together at one point. So like I don't really like support that. And he was young though. He died young, you know. So I mean,
yeah.
24, 25, man.
25.
Like, just think about
you know,
that, bro.
Right.
25 years old.
He did so much, you know. But
Yeah.
that you know, this.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, when people say that, then I go, well, what about this? What about that? What about
Yeah.
this? That my car is awesome. My
Yeah.
haircut is fly.
Yeah.
My Adidas walk through classic. You know,
Right.
things like that. You know,
My
they-
girlfriend Stacy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But it's like you never want to get too personal. You never want to say stuff like online or in music that you're not ready to say to somebody's face.
Words are powerful.
That's just
Yeah, words are very powerful.
But that's how it is where I'm from. So.
Yeah, but I call that great bringing up. You know, shout out to your parents. You know,
My mom,
yeah. You know, shout out to parents that say, hey, you know, because I had a strong mother. I came from a single parent household.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, hey, you know, words you can't bring them back once you throw them in the air.
Yeah.
You know, and then you gotta worry about the karma that comes behind.
Yeah.
Power of the tongue. That's the real talk, man. That's a jewel for everybody that's listening, man. Make sure you use your words wisely, because you know they can come back on you. It talks about that in many scriptures and in different like texts and stuff like that, and the power of the tongue. But yeah, man, be careful.
Hey, so real quick, like this dog park, you know, getting back to that, like this was your idea? And if so, like how did this get started? Like what was the motivation for it?
No, this wasn't my idea. The owner, she's like really silent, but her name is Pascal. Shout out to Pascal.
What up?
You know, how it happened was they were going for a walk, you know, they would walk along the river, and they'd take their dogs to a restaurant. And then one day somebody said, what your dog's doing here, type of thing. So, you know, like anything else, somebody was like, oh, you want my dogs here? Then what I do is I'll just make my own. So where dogs can come and be themselves, and if they want to sit, and we could do this and that. And they do a lot of dog things, like right here I got my Home and Heroes shirt on.
Yeah.
So I'm a guardian for the Home Heroes. If you ever heard of the Belgian Mountain Wars, who was digging up the mines and things like that during the Cambodian War. So I have a Belgian Mountain War. His name is Eddie, and he used to come to the park a lot. You know, come out here and do his thing. Really friendly dog, full of love, and he's about 7 years old, so he's retired.
Yeah. Hey, just real quick, you know, like we started off with hip hop and you know its birth, and you know just like you know. Being in what people refer to as a hood and stuff like that. You know, like growing up in the hood when it comes to dogs, you know, it's like a lot of big ones, a lot of mean ones, like they be making the news, like mauling people and stuff like that. What advice would you give to people that have had nothing but bad experiences with dogs? Like what advice would you give them to like cope with that and to get over that? Because dogs aren't that bad, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, how that is like this. I talk to my dogs like they're people. Because, you know, black people talk to their show them what you doing. Now, you know you shouldn't be doing that. And you can look on any social media and see that and the dog be this big, 270 pounds, and she be like, did I tell you to eat that chicken? And you'll see the eyes on them like, So dogs, they've been around since man. Even though we might not have directly been in contact with dogs, we hunted together. They'll hunt with you because they know they're going to get some food. This is back in the caveman days, you know. And then in the military, the dog wasn't even assigned to you, but the dog would go and point out, yeah, those are the guys, that's the camp, you know?
Yeah.
So dogs have been around with us. They understand our mannerisms. Yeah. So what I would say to somebody that has a dog that is going to be in that way, it's the upbringing of the dog. Like, if I have a dog and I say, get him, the dog is going to learn how to get him.
Yeah.
But my dog is trained to sit, stay. The most my dog will do is sniff your bum. And the reason why they do that is because they want to know, are you okay? You okay, dude? They can tell if you're a bad person. Because even good dogs will bark at you and be like, yo, you're not a good person. So they'll let you know. You just got to give the dog attention. And it all depends on what type of dog you have. Belgian Mountain Wars, you have to give a lot of attention. They will bite through your house and keep going.
Yeah, I know. We come from the hood, and I'm from Detroit, and dogs were vicious. I got bit by every dog in the neighborhood. So the trauma that I had to get over by coming out here was like, I see dogs now, and it doesn't bother me no more. But it took some time because I had to jump gates running from dogs on top of the car, like, oh.
But it seems like the dogs here are more intelligent than the ones. I feel.
I mean,
it seems like they're scary.
So I've had similar situations as you know what I mean? Like, I've been bit before, like, I don't want to get bit again, you know what I'm saying?
I've been so many times.
But, like, I don't think it's necessarily, like, intelligence. I just think it's just, like, how the Cambodians live. It's a lot more peaceful. It's a lot more... it's kind of hard to explain because... Yeah, it's good frequency because it's like, when I got here, my relationship with dogs wasn't that really healthy. But, like, now, it's just like... It's like now it's like we're cool, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, a lot of times like the dogs be scared of us, you know, and that's something I gotta get used to because back home, They ain't scared of nobody.
Dogs here do be scared of you though. They run from you.
Yeah.
I be feeling like, oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
I just punked the dog because I know.
Oh, thank you, man.
Oh man, how cool is
y'all
that?
y'all got wings here too?
Wings
Yeah,
for the
they do.
Wing
That's
King.
what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah. We got wings in
Yeah.
this joint.
Yeah.
I just finished making 20 buffalo wings for somebody before coming here, and I washed the dishes, and now I'm here. Now this is my first meal of the day. I work all night and I sleep during the day. So thank you.
But I know how much you like wings, brother. So
Thank you.
This is like,
Man,
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
you got to set that up a couple of days
yeah.
early.
Yeah.
I really
We
appreciate
got the
it.
wings on deck, cooling over here with Curtis. So, how long have you been in Asia, brother?
Me or
Yeah.
we're both brothers.
Yeah. Brother
Well,
Buddha.
The first time I came to Asia, I was 19.
What year was that, if you don't mind my asking?
1984.
Oh, wow.
Actually, that was the year I was born.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
2 years before I was born.
Yeah, so my first
I
duty
was one.
station was Guam.
Okay.
So
What branch, though?
I was in the Navy,
Oh, you was in the Navy?
Yeah.
Navy the whole time?
20 years to the date. So I'm retired Navy.
Congratulations. That's not easy.
Thank you. It's not.
It's not easy.
I retired almost 20 years ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I retired at 38. On the nose. So I came in at 18, retired at 38. So my first duty station was Guam. I stayed there for 3 years. Then my second duty station was the Philippines. Got stationed in the Philippines, and then I got stationed in Japan. And I was stationed on a command and control ship ran by 7th Fleet Commander, 3-star Admiral, who controlled all of the ships in the 7th Fleet. So if you ever watch Aquaman, if you're a DC Marvel dude like me, it's like King of the Seven Seas, exactly like that. He could sit on the pier and say, do that, and not even leave, and all of a sudden stuff would start happening.
Yeah.
So that was the command I was at. All right, thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Angel Clubhouse, yeah!
Yeah.
And so after that, I got a reality check. We got stationed in Philly. So I got stationed in Philly for I got stationed in Philly for 1 year. I went to the Pentagon and said, get me out of here. I want to go back out to sea. This was during the Desert Storm.
Appreciate it, bro.
And then, thank you. And then after that, went back to Japan. I went back to Japan for another 3 years.
This is like Okinawa or?
No, I was stationed in like Honshu, which is Tokyo.
The main, okay.
Yeah, but because, if you don't know about Okinawa, Okinawans don't like when you call them Japanese. They say,
What?
I'm Okinawan. Because Japan, you have the islands and you have Okinawa. And so when I got there, they still speak Japanese,
Right.
but they have some Okinawan phrases. You can still talk to them in Japanese, but it's like us going to the island.
Do you speak Japanese?
I do.
Can you read, write, and speak fluently?
I can do a little bit of stuff.
Hey, that's better than nothing.
I
That's
do a
better
little
than
bit of stuff.
nothing.
John speaks Chinese fluently.
Ah,
So y'all out here
Read, write,
just
speak, no problem.
speaking.
that is
Yeah.
good. That is good.
Brother
Long
speaking the
history in
language,
Asia
dog.
as well. Not as long as you though. That's cool. Like, so why did you join the Navy?
Well,
Of all branches. Because for me, it's Army. Army.
my wife was in the Army. So what happened was I was dating a girl, and she had a friend who had a car, and he was older than me. But you're young and you don't really know what's going on, but you know what's going on, right?
Right.
So I used to go to Alfred E. Smith High School off 149th Street, 3rd Avenue. So I'm gonna say I'm in Fat Joe territory.
Okay.
Joe Crack territory.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out
So,
to Terror Squad. You feel me?
shout out to Terror Squad, Fat
Yeah.
Joe.
Remy Ma. Oh my
So
God.
Fat Joe, real quick, does he be lying about his stories? Or
No, don't mess with Fat Joe.
Yeah.
Fat Joe will answer you.
Yeah.
He will answer. Everything Fat Joe say, everything about, he was the guy. If the Terror Squad, they really handled business back then.
Okay.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
he
got
is not.
a lot of respect for dude, but actually no butt on that. But
Fat Joe really get it in.
because my English ain't that good. So
No, I already knew he got it in.
But, no, it's just recently there was like a meme, and it was like the Mount Rushmore cap,
Yeah.
and it had like Dame Dash, Fat Joe, and like 2 other dudes I can't remember their names.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a funny question. Man.
I'll tell you another person you gotta look out for too, and it will surprise you. MC Hammer was in the Navy. A lot of people don't know that. He was a
I
YN.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he was a YN. He's in the Navy, but he ran Oakland. And if you came to Oakland talking smack about Hammer, he's big on respect. He will shut you down. He will shut you. It's like going
Any hood, USA, respect is key.
Yeah.
You like living.
It's just like Detroit, right? If you go
I'm
in
from
there,
Atlanta though. But yeah, I mean,
it's just like Detroit. Who's that rapper that won't let anybody come in there unless?
Trick.
Yeah. You can't
No
can't
fly
go
zone.
in there unless you come see him first. And if he says no, don't come up in there. I think it was Rick Ross that tried to do a concert in there, and he shut him down and said, "You can't come up in here."
Rick Ross thought it was sweet.
You didn't ask me. What is your problem?
He thought it was sweet.
Yeah.
We love Jeezy.
Yeah.
Jeezy coming there, it's all love.
Yeah. So there's certain.
That's what's up.
Yeah, there's just certain people you respect. If you hear about it, believe it. Because what'll happen is during this, if it's not another rapper will call him out anyway and say, no, that's not true. Or somebody close to the rapper will say, no, that's not true. But anyway, as the story goes, there's a recruiting station on 151st Street in Cornett. And it's right near my school, Alfred E. Smith High School. It was a vocational school. I was taking carpentry at the time. And I wasn't a bad kid, but I wasn't the kid that listened when your mother said be home before it gets dark.
Yeah.
I didn't. I wasn't in the streets either. I was at church. You still want me? Still want me to come in, I'm in church, so you have those revivals and all that stuff like that. They can go to like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Church is fun when you're younger, man.
Yeah. So you sit singing in the choir, playing the organ.
Except for those long Sunday sermons, bro.
Yeah. Ooh, I say revivals are the hardest. Or like the lock-ins with your fasting and stuff like that. But anyhow, like make a long story short, I took the ASVAB. I wasn't smart enough to pass the ASVAB. I just kept missing it. So then one day, the recruiter calls me and says, "Yo, we got a program." And I think I had a 26 QT out of, you have to get 31. So 26 QT, they were just pushing people in. So they said you could do the fireman, seaman, or airman program. I said to myself, damn, I'm afraid of height. I won't be no airman. I said, fire? I won't do no fire. And I said, seaman, darn, I can't even swim. What in the world?
I still can't swim.
So I said, you know what? I'll just do the seaman program, just hope for the best.
Yeah.
So I got in. And then when I got to boot camp, it was like if you couldn't swim, you had to float on your back. So you get on your back, but you had to float from one side of the pool to the other. If you didn't, you failed. So by the grace of God, I was able to do that.
Yeah.
But as time went on, I became a second-class swimmer in my service record.
Right.
Because what happens when the ship sinks, right? Because if you don't swim, just remember this: if you have your hands up in the air, you're gonna go down. But
So what do you do?
you keep your hands like this,
Okay.
and you just go like this.
And then you
Because you're a cook, right?
Yeah.
You know, the egg beater. So if you move your hands and your legs like this, you'll stay up. And if you move a certain way, you'll stay up. But if you go like this, you're automatically going to go down. So just go to shoal water, which means a little bit of water we can stand up, and just try it. And then as you get better, just try it. But if you're afraid of it, especially salt water is going to keep you afloat anyway. So you can't drown in salt water. So you get out in the ocean.
I didn't know that.
Salt water is going to keep you buoyant. The only thing that's going to kill you is if you take your hands and go, and you're going to go down.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Soon
just
panic.
remember that if you just get some cool time, but just stand up in the pool, and then just get to a little bit where you can like touch your toes, and then just try it, and you'll be like, oh wow, check that out.
Hey, so like a lot of young kids back home in the hood and stuff like that, like they have an issue with joining the military. Maybe like I don't want to like fight so and so's war and whatnot, but like they want to stay where they're at and possibly risk jail or like limited opportunities and stuff. What do you have to say to the youth that are on the fence about joining the military? Because it helped my life. That's the reason why I'm not broke and homeless right now.
It was the same for me being a New Yorker. We are pro, like, yo, the man is going to get you. This is New York City.
Yeah.
If you tell somebody you join the military, they look at you like you are sellout.
Right.
But I tell people, okay, well, see it like this. Like, you're 18 years old. There's no work out there. You're smart. Especially if you went to college, right? You got a master's degree, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, so you have a
Paid
master's.
for by the U.S. government.
Exactly.
But I had to like go on deployments and put in work and stuff like that. It wasn't free. You know, you're not going to get anything for free. And another thing about serving the military, what's really cool is you're helping yourself, but you're helping a bigger like purpose in many people. It's not just about you, and that's fair.
Yeah, the coolest thing was I didn't even start going to school until 2012. 2008. I was a contractor in Iraq, and Obama just became president. And he gave out the 9/11 jet. And I said, you know what? I'm smarter than these people. I'm going to go to school. And I left my contracting job, and I got paid for my housing, school, all the other stuff. And I just became a student. And I just did what I had to do. I started off with my associate's degree, got that. Then I turned around, got my bachelor's degree, got that. Then I got my master's degree, got that. And I'm like, wow, and the government paid for everything.
Yeah.
But when I was in, we didn't have that. We had what's called the Montgomery.
Yeah.
GI Bill.
I remember that. I was in.
Yeah, we had the Montgomery GI Bill.
Right.
So because of 9/11,
Right.
I didn't get my full 100%.
Yeah.
Because when 9/11 happened, the war in Iraq didn't start.
Right.
So
right.
I was out there off the coast of Baghdad before the war started. Yeah, so they didn't classify that until then. So 9/11 hit, I was in Baghdad on the 15th of September.
So yeah, you would say the military is definitely worth it. Like, what if you could make a list of like maybe like top 3 benefits of joining the military, like to like the young folks, like what would those 3 things be?
3 hots in the cot.
Oh
Three.
yeah.
You're gonna make rank. Like if you join the army, you make a rank really fast. The Air Force is the longest to make rank, but my daughter and my